Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. I would like to introduce the members of the panel today, the Secretary and the Assessor. My name is Brent McIntyre, and I'll be chairing the hearing today. Next to me, to my left, is Kent Seelan, and to his left is Michelle Duncan. Our Assessor for today's hearing is Olina Kostarova, and our Secretary is Jaswinder Kumar. To the Zoom participants of the hearing, please note you are placed in the waiting room until your property is called upon. When it is your turn, you will be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along on the City of Winnipeg's Border Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the hearing, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing has concluded, you can leave the meeting. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit the discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Please be advised that comparisons of assessment of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the Board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the Board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed, with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the Assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the Board will deliberate in private and make its decision. You will receive the Board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 3, 6, 7, 9, 11, and 13 on our docket today. Mr. Kumar, could you please affirm the Assessors and the applicant's testimony for the first property?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Madam Assessor, please state your full name.
Olina Kostarova.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Mr. Muller, please state your full name.
Patrick Muller.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
It is, yes.
Thank you.
And I understand there's a preliminary issue on this file. Mr. Applicant, did you submit the application or the evidence late?
Is my video frozen?
No, we can hear you.
But is the video frozen? I seem to be frozen. But if you can see me and hear me, that's good.
It's not on our end.
Okay, it's frozen for me. Like I'm not moving, but as long as you can see me and hear me, that's good. Sorry, go ahead.
So I have an indication that the evidence you submitted was filed late.
Yeah, apparently. It was my understanding that the hearing, it was submitted Wednesday at 4 o'clock. My understanding was that the hearing was Friday, August 11th at 1 o'clock. I got my number day of the week wrong. So my apologies for the submission, the late submission.
And has the Assessor received the submission?
No, I have not.
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute recess and the panel will deliberate. Sir, can I get you just to sit out in the hall for a second? Yes, please. And we'll come and get you when you can return. I would like to reconvene the hearing, and the property on the docket that we're discussing is Unit 410, 167 Bannatyne. And the board has deliberated on the filing of the late briefs, and Mr. Mulhare, we will allow it to be put into evidence. And we'll discuss it when you get your turn to present it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty. Olena, you can start your presentation, please.
Thank you. This is a file 22-617. We're looking at the roll number 130-628-35000. And this is address for the subject, 167 Bannatyne Avenue, and it's unit number 410. This is an apartment style condo, and year built is in 1904. It was done significant renovations to change from the warehouse to the apartments, and the effective age was put 1960. The floor the unit is located on, it's the number 4 of the 6-story building. The living area is the largest area. It's 1,773 square foot, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It has the central air conditioning. It has the in-suite laundry, and it has 1 indoor parking. It has the negative view. It's a medium traffic. So the subject assessed at $468,000 for the 2023 assessed value, and the total assessment for as per square foot coming up to $263.96. We have proposed to reduce the assessed value to the $439,000, or it comes down to $247.60 per square foot. I'm presenting to you for comparables based on review of those comparables. That's why I put the recommendation there. So
Alena, before you continue, I'm just going to speak to the applicant about this recommendation. Mr. Mulhare, do you accept the recommendation?
Sorry, was the recommended assessed value 439,000?
Yes.
So I would respectfully decline the offer.
Okay, Alena, you can proceed with your brief.
thank you. So okay, thank you. I have all 4 comparables, and they are from the same condo complex. It's a 271 condo, and they are all located on 167 Bannatyne Avenue. And this is the Exchange District 170 neighborhood. So it's all the same. This is all this is all apartment style condo, and the effective the year built, is still 1904. However, due to some renovations in the comparables I'm providing, the range is from 1960 to 1979. They all, I only have 1 unit, which is the comparable 4 located on the top floor, which will be considered slightly superior. Now we have the living area ranges from 1,395 square feet to 1,530 square feet. They are all 2 bedrooms, and they all have 2 bathrooms, not like a subject does. Bathrooms, some have 2 full baths, and some bathrooms have 1 full bath, and then 1/2 with the standing shower. They all have the air conditioner, central air conditioner. They all have the in-suite laundry, and every single comparable has only 1 indoor parking. Our sale prices average from $350,000 to $459,000. for the sale price per square foot is ranges from $250.90 per square foot to $300,000 exactly. So based on my comparables, reviewing all the original and non-original with all the updates, I'm putting the most weight to the comparables very similar. However, they are not as similar because our subject has the largest square footage, and we do know that the largest square footage, obviously, people will be trying to pay with comparison to the per square foot more money. However, we're proposing the value of $439,000, which is come down to $247.60 per square foot.
And that concludes your presentation.
Oh, you
Yes.
froze there. I still
I'm sorry.
connected here.
Am I froze?
No,
You're back.
you're back.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Muller, do you have any questions of the assessment?
No, I mean, like, just as a point of clarification, I was trying to be brief with respect to the, respectfully declining the offer of the assessed value at 439. Reason being, I guess, I just want to just provide a quick reason as to why, prior to this hearing, there was an offer that was extended for a 15-1 agreement for $421,000, and I had respectfully, declined that offer. And
That's not before us.
No, I know, but that's.
You have to ask questions of her evidence.
But I was just giving context as to why I declined the offer of 439. Any questions as to with regards to evidence? I guess the only point of corrections would be, although the building was built in 1904, it was converted into a condominium in 1988. So all the units in this building are as of 1988. None of them are as of 1904 or as of 1960 to 1979, which I believe was also referenced. So all the condominium units are as of 1988. And all of the units have 2-bedroom and 2 baths. There are no 1.5 baths. So if a bathroom has a stand-in shower, that's considered a second full bath. But no, sir, no questions.
Questions? Okay, Michelle, do you have any questions? Kent?
No, Mr. Chair, I don't have any questions.
And I have no questions. So give us a moment. So, Mr. Muller, you can proceed with your presentation, although I'll caution you that the board is not obligated or bound by previous assessments. Just so you're aware of that.
I understand. I'm only providing that as context, but I do understand you're not bound by that.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, you can proceed then.
Okay, I'll try and be as brief as possible. I did provide with the board or the committee or the panel with a 1.25 page brief. So if it's okay, I'll just walk us through that as briefly as possible. During the prior assessment in 2018, our unit was valued at 440. We did have an inspection that was performed. I believe Olena Kostarova was present during the prior inspection in 2018. It was assessed downwards to 375, which was the value up until this current date. And we did sign a 15-1 agreement back in 2018 for that lowered $375,000 value.
Well, and as I said, it's not relevant to what we're hearing today.
Yeah, it's just in terms of background, in terms of context. And then now we're assessed at 468,000, which is a jump of 24.8%. So basically, when the unit was assessed back in 2018, the condo was in undergoing extensive renovations. So basically, this 1,773 square foot unit is the largest unit in the building, as Ms. Kostarova indicated. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And the second bathroom, which is the master bath, is currently gutted to the studs, meaning there's absolutely nothing in there. There's no toilet, there's no shower, there's no bathroom, there's no sinks, there's absolutely nothing in there. The second bathroom is original to when the condo, to when the building was converted to condos back in 1988. So the flooring, the laminate countertops, the sink, the tiles, the bathtub, the toilet are all circa 1988. So very dated. And then there's a bunch of minor cosmetic things that remain to be finished in the condominium in terms of interior doors to the master bedroom, the laundry room, and the closet, and a bunch of drywall on the walls that remains to be finished. So I attached, I believe there was 12 or 13 photographs that, you know, depict the current state of the renovations that, you know, remain to be completed back when the inspection was performed in 2018, 2019. And that's are exactly when the inspection was reperformed in 2022. And that was one of the appraisers that was under the guidance of Ms. Kostarova. Nothing has changed. So the unit is in exactly the same state as it was 3 or 4 years ago. Unfortunately, for a number of reasons, we don't have to get into them. They're stated in my letter, but we weren't able to proceed with the extensive renovations that we had planned to do. So it is what it is. So the assessed value went from 375 to 468. There had been an offer for 421. We declined it. That's still 12+% above the prior assessed value. You know, in terms of, you know, information that I'm putting forward, you know, we had talked to a realtor of ours who had, you know, commented that as at April 1st, which I believe you referred to that as a reference date, April 1st, 2021, that we would have been hard pressed to obtain $325,000 for our condo, given its specific condition, and also given the market for downtown condos at that time. This was at the peak of COVID, where people were not working in the downtown office buildings, the Richardson, the TD, and all those buildings. People were working from home, and no one was interested in buying condos in the core area in downtown. So I was referencing 325 as the low valuation for this condo based on that realtor's verbal feedback. You know, when I was reviewing the, you know, when I look on the City of Winnipeg website, when I go on the assessment and taxation part of the website under my assessment, when I look at, you know, my assessed value, what it was and what it is now, on the very bottom of that, it indicates that apartment style condos in the City of Winnipeg from April 2018 to April of 2021 have on average decreased 5%. So I kind of view that as an average sort of valuation. If I were to take, if 375,000 was a fair valuation 3 years ago, and there's no reason to believe it wasn't, again, you know, Ms. Kostarova was part of that valuation 3 years ago, then 5% of 375,000 would bring the value down to 356,000. So I would view that as a reasonable midpoint valuation for this condo. And then the sort of the upper end of the range that I think is reasonable would be 375, which is basically the prior assessed value and the valuation that we had agreed upon with the last 15.1 agreement, which was based on the current state of the unit, which hasn't changed because there haven't been any renovations done since then. Now, I did look at the comparables, and I looked through all the sales in the last, you know, X number of years leading up to April 1st of 2021. And that unit 609, I think, is probably our only reasonable comp, which is a 1,524 square foot unit. It's sold for $450,000 or $459,000 during the review period, I believe. Not relevant, but sold for $420,000 after that. And it's assessed for $430,000 now. But you know, this condo, yeah, it's a little smaller, but it's been completely renovated, gutted essentially. And I did attach 2 photos for the panel's consideration of the bathrooms in this unit, which is relevant to, you know, to my unit, because those were completely gutted and renovated using high-end finishes.
Is that on your brief number 2?
Yeah, that's on my brief. It's the last two photos. It's those photos of those two high-end looking bathrooms. Those stand out like a sore thumb because they're not consistent at all with my unit. But it shows a master bath with a his and hers sink with stone counters, with slate walls, which would be a dream to have. A glass.
Could you just hold on so we can get to those photos?
Sure.
So it's on brief number 1 towards the end.
Be the last two photos in the attachment. Sir.
Okay, you can continue.
Yeah, so like the first photo that I'm looking at shows a bathroom with a his and her vanities with floating cabinetry, with stone countertops, his and her mirrors and light fixtures, with slate walls, with a glass walk-in shower for the master bath. And then the second picture below it is the second bathroom, which has again, the floating cabinetry, stone counter. Basically, our master bath is gutted to the studs. There's absolutely nothing in it. The second bathroom, the one that's pictured below here, is circa 1988. So this unit sold for roughly $450,000. If we were to just do these two renovations in our unit, the cost to do that would be, I wouldn't even fathom to think how much that would cost. But you'd have to deduct that from the selling price of that unit to bring ours to a comparable unit to that. So anyways, I attached those two photos for the panel's consideration. To me, this is the only reasonable comp because it's the only reasonably sized unit. I would expect the panel would already know this, but as you go up in larger square footage units, the smaller units go for more per square foot than the larger square units. So it's very dangerous to take smaller square foot units, take the price, divide it by the square footage, and extrapolate that to a larger square foot apartment. It just doesn't hold. You get more per square foot on the smaller units than you do on the larger units. So that's why, to me, this at 1524 is really the only reasonable type comp. In my opinion, if we really want to value 410, we should be looking at the other units that end in 10, like 210, 310, 510, and 610. Unfortunately, there are no sales of those units during the review period. And
those units are not before us, so.
I know, and we can't use assessed values of those units, I understand, as part of our discussion. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So then I would omit my last paragraph in my briefing memo, which is unfortunate because to me there's relevance in comparing those assessed values, but that's not part of the discussion because they haven't sold and their assessed values, if I understand, are not relevant to our conversations. Correct? That's correct. Okay, so that's basically the information that I have to present. Like based on this, like I'm based on my career and my background, like I'm a person who views things, I think, objectively and fairly and equitably. To me, the assessed value on this on a low, average, high is low would be 325. That's based on the realtor's verbal opinion as to what he thinks we would realistically have gotten on it on April 1st. His valuation, by the way, which is irrelevant, would be closer to 300,000 right now. The average.
Well, you know what? He's not here for us to question, so really his verbal opinion is of no value.
Well, it was provided to me. The average value, based on the City of Winnipeg website materials, which talks about an overall decline of 5% in condos overall. One I think could reasonably argue that downtown condos have decreased more than the average condo in the city, just given their location. During COVID, people who lives downtown, people who work downtown. During COVID, people who work.
I have to stop you there because you did mention that before. We've heard that.
Okay.
It's in your written evidence.
I was just summing up. That was my basis for the 356 was the city of Winnipeg's material indicating average condos decreased by 5%. I think the downtown condos decreased by more than 5%, but I nonetheless use the 5% decrease as the average valuation. And then 375 is the prior. But that's all I have to present, sir.
Okay, thank you. And Olena, do you have any questions of the applicant's evidence?
No, I don't.
Michelle?
No, I don't.
And Kent?
I just want to confirm exactly what number you feel the assessed value should be for your condo. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'd like to confirm what the exact number is that you're working for the assessed value for your condo.
Was that a question for me?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Do you want me to repeat it again? I'm looking for the value that you feel the assessed value should be for your condo based on your submission here.
Okay, I'll just give me 30 seconds. I like to look at things in a range. Like, to me, there's a low, average, high. To me, anything below 325 would not be reasonable. It would be too low. To me, the average, a reasonable valuation would be 356. 5% is the average condo decrease. To me, 5%, 356 is a reasonable valuation. I think 375, anything higher than that would also be unreasonable. I think it lies between 325 and 375. Just so happens that 356 is almost the mathematical average of those two lows and highs. If you're asking me for what I'm looking for, I would say 356.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And I have no questions. So that concludes this property, and you'll hear from us in due course.
Thank you, sir.
Regarding our decision.
Just want to thank you for hearing me today and for accepting the late submission of my documents. It wasn't intentional. It's one of the things when you're kind of forced into retirement, you kind of lose track of the numerical days of the week. So apologies for that.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Applicant. Please state your full name.
Okay, just a second. I'm going to close down my Zoom session there. You wanted me to do that, right?
Mr. Applicant, please state your full name.
My name's Randall Zimrowski.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. Am I on right now? I didn't see anything from the other people in front of me.
You are on to us.
Yeah, this is your specific hearing, so you wouldn't see the other people.
Okay, because I was watching. I didn't see anybody else at all. There was just that one person, and you were in break. Sorry, I'm sorry. I guess I just didn't see you do anything with other people, so I'm sorry.
Well, you're number 2 on the docket.
Oh, because I was number 6 on the docket.
Well, it is number 6, but you're the second person.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. The next property on the docket is Unit 906, 55 Nassau Street North. And I'll ask both parties, is the issue assessed value only?
That is correct.
Alina?
Assessed value is 210,000.
But there's no other issues with this one?
It was, this is an original unit and.
No,
I'm
just-
sorry, what are we looking for?
it's a yes or no. Is it just assessed value only?
Yes, yes, sorry, yes.
Thank you.
Second decrease, yes.
So Alina, you can proceed with your presentation.
Thank you. I apologize for that. This is a file number 22-635. We're looking at the roll number 12032765300. This is a condo number 30, and the building style is an apartment once again. The street address 55 Nassau Street North, and the unit number is 906. It's located in the neighborhood of Roseland. Year built is 1970, and it is an original building. So it's an original unit. It stays in the same effective year built, 1970. This unit is located on a ninth floor of the 38-story building. It has 1,010 square feet of living space. This is a 2-bedroom, and it has 1 full bath. It has the balcony, an open balcony, and 1 indoor parking. The assessed value for 2023 is 210,000, or total assessed value per square foot is 207.92 cents. I will be presenting to you in this case all 7 the comps, and that is only based on I took them all from the same condo complex, and they are all the same square footage as our subject. It's 10,010 square feet. However, it was some renovation done in some units, and our year built, it's still the same, 1970. However, the effective year built is ranging from 1970 to 1990. They are all 2 bedrooms. They all have only 1 full bath, and we have central air in all of the units. However, for the in-suite laundry, only one comp number 5, which does not have the in-suite laundry. All others do. And they all have the 1 indoor parking space as our subject. The views are various, and it only depends on what level the units are located. So we have some are looking at the parking lot. That's a comp 1, 2, and 3. And the other ones, 4, 5, and 6, they don't, because they are higher up. So the average sale price, they range from 183,000 to 267,000. The sale price per square foot is 181.19 cents, or 200. Sorry, and range from 181.19 per square foot to 264.36 per square foot. Understanding that some units have been renovated, we took this to consideration, as well as our subject has the open balcony. Some do, such as comp 2 and 3, 5, 6, and 7. They have a glazed balcony. We took this to consideration as well. We actually noticed that units, they are 2 types. One is facing south, and one is facing north. However, they are the same square foot. We noticed that the higher the level goes, there are more demand and people willing to pay more money. They don't want to face parking lot, or they don't want to face any distractions. So in this case, based on everything, we do think that 210,000 assessed value for 2023 is very well supported.
And Mr. Zamorowski, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I guess the first question I have here is regarding the view. My suite faces 555 River Avenue. It's an apartment tower, about 10 or 11 stories. And all the 03 suites which you have on here actually have a very good view of three things. First of all, depending on how high you're, the Assiniboine River. Number two, they have the small park, which is in the south part of the north part of our building. There's a small park in there, and also
Actually, can I stop you there? You should be asking the assessor questions on, or rephrasing it to see if she acknowledges there's these other influences.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say here. I'm sorry for that. I'm saying that I'm questioning the view features there, and I believe that the view features are incorrect for all of them, with the exception of myself, because I'm saying for suites comparables number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is all the 03 suites that she has there, they have a view which is of the Assiniboine River, the small park, and also our large lawn. My view, being on the 9th floor and on the 06 units, has no view whatsoever. I just have, there's a small parking lot, and then directly across from me is 555 River Avenue, which is an apartment tower. So there's no view for the 06. The 03s have a fantastic view. And I guess, as I like say there, that's not listed in your information there, all Madam Assessor. All that you have in there is you're saying you're not putting that down at all. You're saying a parking lot or none, and that is incorrect.
Well, let her have a chance to answer that.
We're aware that this is all, I actually took all the corner units. It's no internal units. They are all corner units, and the adjacents only considers to the parking lot because it's directly facing the units which are below, facing this parking lot. Everything else above it is really not adjacent.
The only thing that has a parking lot and a thing is the 06 units myself, because there is no grass, there is no greenery or nothing. People in 03, they have a large lawn, and then they have the park, and then they have the Assiniboine River. There's nothing but concrete for me, and there's nothing but greenery for your other comparables on the 03.
I have provided the map to show that as an evidence. I'm sorry.
So, Alina, you're showing the location of 55 Nassau, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And the units which I'm looking for, they are located on the south or north from on the map.
All the
And the highway go.
All the 03 units, which are facing north, again, face three things of greenery. Directly below them is our long lawn. Then past that is the park. And then past that is the Assiniboine River. On my side, which is the south, the only view there is just the park, which is basically the street between us and two parking, and then 555 River Avenue, which is a 10 or 11 story building. So that's one question that I have. That is not recorded correctly on your thing called view feature. May I ask my second question?
Go ahead.
This is, pardon my ignorance, but I guess I don't know when you have effective year for comparables number 5, 6, and 7, you have 1990, 1985, and 75. It should not all be 1970. That's when the building was built.
This is due to the renovations, some significant and some non-significant renovations done to the unit. Stating that your unit is original, and we know that. Your effective age stays the same. The units 5, 6, and 7, including 3 and 4, they all had some renovations or some significant renovations done.
Okay. My third question regards a balcony. You say balcony sunroom, and you have a yes for all of them. However, that's, I guess, my question I have there is you aren't stating the difference between enclosed balconies and enclosed balconies in your comparables, for instance, is number 6 and number 7, which is 1106 and 1706, which are also coincidentally your two highest, one of your two highest assessed values. Those are enclosed balconies, and I don't know if you're aware of this. I provided this information way back in 1998 when I did the information to the assessments where I gave everybody who had the parking lots and balconies. Back in 1997.
Well, I'll have to stop you there because we don't have that information.
No, you have. But what I say is, back in 1997, it cost $7,000 to build that balcony. That's 25 years ago. There's only one type of balcony enclosure that they allow. So what I'm saying is that's a significant feature in the value, which is not recorded in here, because all you're saying is if they have a balcony or not, but you're not saying whether they're enclosed. A balcony is nice, but it's the enclosed that really adds the value, and that's not stated here anywhere in your information. And
it has not stated, but I stated that in my presentation that we are aware of the glazed and non-glazed. However, the model cannot provide information on a brief, but we are aware of this.
What? Because
we do know that the comparable 4, they are open balconies such as yours.
So you're saying your model does not capture the information of enclosed or not?
It does not show to you. It just shows yes.
Okay. Next, comparable number 6 and 7 are dated May and June of 2018, which is 3 years old. I guess I have a question on that. Your condominium sales book only lists sales from January 1, 2019 to April 1, 2021. It's not even listed. It's not even in the range of your condominium sales book, which is on your website.
We're entitled to go back. We're not allowed to use the post reference. However, we're allowed to use the previous sales prior to the 2021.
So you would use that as opposed to the 36 sales that actually happened in the period which I submitted. It's kind of strange asking why you would do that.
We do have a better
question.
Pardon me?
Let's move on. She's answered the question.
Okay. Your comparables have a very high difference between 267,000 and 185,000. A question number 6: are you aware that? Well, I guess you are aware, but no, maybe you aren't. A comparable number 6, which is unit 1106, sold for $245,000. But if you look in the information that I provided, units number 1105, which is its next door neighbor, sold for $100,000.
You know what? You can speak to that information when it's your turn to present.
Okay, I will try to circle back to that. Number 7, comparables 4, 6, and 7, which is 1403, 1106, and 1706. Where did you get that information? Because it's not listed in your condominium sales book. None of those sales are listed.
The number 4 sale was registration date on the 28th of April. However, it was sold on prior to the reference period. So within the reference period, which I stated February 13, 2021.
Yes, you said that for 1106s, but number
for 1403, for 1106, that's the May registration date of 2018.
No, my question is, where did you get your comparables number 4, 6, and 7? They are not listed on your condominium sales book. I'm asking where you got that information. So for 4, 6, and
First of all, that book is not before the board.
well, that's what they provide information to me and to everyone else. That's where the sales are. That's where we get comparable sales. So I'm wondering where the sale comes from because it's not there.
From the previous book of 2018.
No, I'm not talking about the year, ma'am. I'm talking about where you got it from because it's not listed on your website for sales.
Because it's a previous sales of 2018. So if you're stating that the book sale is 2019, 2020, we're entitled to go back to previous sale books as well.
Okay, but number 4 is dated in 2021, is dated April 28th, 2021, and it's not listed on your sale. I'm asking where that came from.
From MLS.
So you're including others, so it's from MLS, not listed on your site. Why would it not be listed on your site?
Due to registration.
I think we're going to move on from this line of questioning. It's
All right.
going nowhere.
All right, sorry, I've got that one. Did you take into consideration the building envelope project, which is happening, and the building which when it was proposed by the board would double the condominium fees for 20 to 30 years if it's paid over if it's paid in the monthly condominium fees, or as the board stated, if we paid it completely, it would actually basically double what people paid for their units if we have to pay for it all.
Is this your evidence?
I'm asking the question if she included that. It's something that I'm stating, but I'm asking if she took that into account.
We're aware of the situation. Once the special assessment will be released, we will be actually reflecting this on on a year which that happened.
The what do you call it? The offer to purchase and all of that, or whatever you call the declaration, the condominium put it on everybody's sales on there that it's subject to this that is happening. So all sales that were done in the building in the summer in there all have it on there stating that they're
That is correct, and that's reflecting going forward.
What you passed at that time, it was there. Okay. Okay. I guess that's sufficient for myself now.
Okay, thank you. Michelle, do you have any questions?
No.
Ken?
Just for clarification, Nassau Street, Roslyn Road, is that north? And River Avenue, is that south?
The north is going to be Roseland, that is correct. And the river is going to be south.
That's correct.
Can you just repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Sorry, the Roseland is going to be north, and the river is going to be south.
Thanks so much. My apology. Thank you.
No.
That's all my questions, Mr. Chair.
And I have no questions. So, Mr. Zamborowski, you can proceed with your presentation.
Thank you so much.
And let me know which one you're referring to. You've got two briefs here.
Yes. Well, first we'll go to the narrative information, and then in the middle I will go to the pictures, and then we'll come back to the narrative. So the first part will be the narrative. So as you know, my building is 55 NASA. It's a 38-story building. It is. I'm on the 9th floor. It's 1,010 square feet, 301 units we have. It was built in 1970. We're just south of the Osborne Street Bridge, right behind the Shoppers and the Safeway, if you know that. My building my unit is the same. There's no renovations. The only thing is when we purchased it in late 1994, all we did was we painted the bathroom, and we refinished the covers. We just painted finished them up better, stained them, and then we sanded the parquet floors. That was it. My unit is all original. The wallpaper, which we'll talk about later and show you there, is in my bathroom, and in the living room is peeling. And I've got pictures of it there. And there's all mold spots in my bathroom and the ceiling because I like taking long baths that are several hours long, and it's actually been doing that. We have the original, all the original appliances from 1970s, Eaton's Vikings are beige. It's the fridge, the stove, and the dishwasher, which isn't working. My unit has been reduced a number of times by the assessment department because of the poor condition, including this last time, it was reduced by over $50,000 in 2018. I have attached all of the 73 of the 03 and 06 units, which are exactly the same as mine, except one faces north, one faces south. And you'll see that only 4 of those units were increased in assessment, being mine, all by 16. All the others were reduced between 16 and $50,000. So 95% of them were all going down. And as I show you, it looks like there's an obvious error on mine where when it went up 16, it should have been going down 16 like everybody else. My unit has two common, and the reason my unit has 2 common errors which are directly adjacent to it, resulting in a very high traffic and undesirable area. The elevator and garbage room are right next to me. And my unit faces all 3 elevator shafts. In fact, a large service area and directly in front. The reason why I bring that to the case is when I discussed this information over the telephone with the assessor who I submitted it to, that was the only information when we started off the conversation he said to bring up. The assessor never did talk about the sales that I will be all submitting and did not talk about other information. In fact, that person was right after I submitted the information, their telephone message, they were going to be on leave of absence until July 17th of 2023. And then I asked another assessor who was brought on, and all they said is they received the information. And I asked, did you review my sales and all that? They didn't. And then the only thing that they replied back, that assessor, which isn't this lady is a different assessor. They said, your unit looks the same in the assessed value. They would not answer any of my questions on sales prices. So the information that I'm going to present to you is the average. I put all the sales that are listed on the City of Winnipeg's condominium sales book sales. There were 36 sales in there. We'll go through it, but I'm just telling you in advance. There are 36 sales, and the sales averaged $199,517. I take a subset of that, and I say the average sales price for the 7 units, which are very comparable, the 06 and 03 units, is $201,571. I take a subset again. I say the average sales price for the 10 sales that are very near within a few months, about 6 months of April 21. That's 28% of the sales. There's 10 sales, and those sales average $186,300. So that's the closest to your time frame. I take the average of the sales price for all the low sales. So of those 36 sales in the building, 19 are what I would consider low, which is 53% of the sales. And those sales average $167,653. Well, if I take the average of the sales price for 6 low sales, which are similar units, then mine are obviously the same, which is 32% of all of the sales, that is $153,417. So similar units like mine on there, $153,417, which we'll go into. Therefore, I'm saying that my unit assessment should be take the average sales price for the low sales, which is 32% of all sales, $153,417. I believe there should be a reduction for my bathroom mold, which I will show you. Then the peeling wallpaper, the fact that it's not been renovating anything in 27 years, that my appliances are 52 years old. And I think that's actually being very, very generous because I'm only taking off 5% for that space because that's exactly what my bathroom is 5% of my square foot. And it's also what I'm using, the 5% for saying the peeling wallpaper, which is a reduction of $7,671. And again, I think I'm being extremely, extremely generous. I think most people would take off 10%. Anyway, taking off the 5%, I would say that my value should be $145,000 $746. So I'm asking for my assessment to reduce by $64,254, or basically 31% to go down to $145,746. However, I do want to make this point, and I didn't put it in the brief, but I do think it is not unrealistic that it really should be for the condition of my sale to be to be a 10% reduction, which would mean it would be $138,000 value. So I wish the panel would keep that in mind. If we go to the next page, all it's telling you is what I'm going to be, the information I'm going to be providing, which I stated before. So there's really nothing to go into in there, and that tells you the order that I'm going. And again, I just wanted to bring up there about the 06 and 03 units. There's 73 of them that are on here. 94.5% of them all went down by $16,000, between $16,000 and $50,000, and mine was increased by $16,000. There's only
we're not here to compare assessments.
No, I understand that, but the assessor, Ms. Bishop, who came back to me, that's the only information that she told me there was that she went into. She says, your assessment are the same. I said, I'm the only.
But she's not here for us to question, so
that's correct.
It's her word against yours.
I can submit the emails, but if you want, because for reply back, but I didn't. All right. The next thing that I would like to do is I'm telling you my order of presentation. That's fine. Let's go into the next page, which is page number 3, the building envelope and window replacement project. The board has proposed, and we're actually working on things now. We're doing a right now. The whole front of the building. This year and last year, the elastomer coating is being ground off, and another coating is being put on. They're going to do that all around the building, and then they want to do an actual encapsulate the whole building to have an aluminum siding all around the building. So this has been proposed numerous meetings, and it's going to be a massively expensive project to complete the project in steel cladding. And they also want to replace all the windows, even though they still have half their life expectancy left, and the balcony railings and the closures. This, based on the numerous meetings that the board has had with us on special and annual general meetings, they said will double our monthly condo fees for 20 to 30 years. But if it's completely paid up front by all the members, it would cost as much as what units paid for people paid for their units. In other words, $100,000 up front, one cost, and likely to be a lot more. And now that was stuff that was given to us in 2018. With the current supply chain and labor shortages, especially for skilled tradesmen in concrete, and the 40-year high rising inflation rate we have now of 10%, and the cost of this project.
Well, quite frankly, with the current supply chain, that's post-reference, and the inflation rates is post-reference. So it's not relevant to this board.
In terms of higher going up cost, but not in terms of what's going on. This happened during the period. This window and replacement project is not post. The meetings all started and happened in 2018. They started in 2018 and we're really progressed in 2019. And that's when the prices in 2020 really went down. This is very, very relevant. And you may be interrupted right now because of the grinding and that's happening on the building right now. And I apologize if that's the case. You may have a lot of grinding and drilling that's happening right now. This is not post-reference at all. I must repeat that. This is exactly in that, and this is a very significant factor in the building that which we taken into account. The next part that I would like to go to, I'll have to sort of go off on you. I don't know if that'll cause a problem. Is I'd like to go through the pictures. Does everybody have the pictures there?
Is that in brief number 2?
I guess that's what we call that. Is correct. Okay, so what we have there.
Just let me make sure the panel members have it. It's brief number 2.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed.
Okay, the first one there is a picture of my bathroom ceiling, and you can see all the mold that's on the bathroom ceiling. That is mold. The building superintendent came in there and says that all has to be stripped down. And in fact, there may be stuff in behind there. If you see there may be stuff even in the walls, because I'm going to have to fix that. The next picture, I'm sorry, I'm going down here. So you see that's significant. That is my bathroom. And that is the wallpaper. You see that is the original wallpaper. You can see how old that is. That's from 1970. And that's all around the bathroom. It's like the bottom part of the bathroom has a tile and the top part has this wallpaper. And you can see that's all peeling off everywhere. The next picture I have in there is my bathroom cabinet. And you can see again from the, well, it's my daughter when she was young. That's 20 years. She's 20 years old now. So that's 20 years ago. This is all of the scrapes and everything that's happened in there that's taken off. And then again, that's from all the moisture in the thing that is peeling off the paint. Next picture, that's 27 years old. That tells you that. The next picture is just showing you that's just my entrance doorway. You can see it's just a very unfancy suite. That's the front entrance. The next picture there, that's just telling you that's my cabinets. The only thing that we did is we refinished it's the same cabinets. We just refinished the doors on there. And that's when we, like 27 years ago when we bought it. You can see the appliances there are the original beige Eaton appliances. That's my stove and that's my fridge there. You can see they're very small. Next picture again is the dishwasher there. You can see that it isn't working. You can see it's a very small kitchen, very small place. A picture after that is that's my living room there. So by the couch there on the left hand side, that's where I would go off to the balcony. And after that, that's the hallway that goes to the master bedroom, and that's where the computer screen is on there now. And utility closet. And this is my bathroom. This picture here was taken in 2018. So it's better. And the only thing that was done on there is that's the original tub. That's just a tub enclosure that was put on top of there, on top of the old tub that's on there. So that's the pictures. I'll make that small. I'll come back to yourself. Now I would like to go back to my brief with you. And that would be page number 4. Page number 4, I list all 36 sales that are listed on the City of Winnipeg's website. That's page 60 and 61. There are 131 pages of their sales of all condominium sales. That's listing all of them. A particular note that I would like to make to you is if you look at sale number 17, which is suite number 205 for $260,000, you see that is the highest sale price there. That is a very unique suite because that's actually it's actually number 205 and part of 206, a very small part because that's how the way it was built. And it also has a balcony, the only balcony on the building that is 4 times the size because it goes around the whole front from the entrance to around the whole south side. It's a massive balcony that would be at least 4, if not more times. It's the whole canopy that's in front of the building. If you want to know, I can give you, there are 15 of these sales have enclosed balconies. If you want to know.
You know what? I don't think we're going to review every sale with you. We can read the documents.
No, I'm not going to do that. I just said if you want to know, I can tell you I didn't include it, the 50. If you want to know the 15 ones, I can give it to you. If not, we can move on. The next page, page number 5. So you'll see how that, you go to the next page, that tells you of those 36 sales, the average sales price is $199,517. Now I took a subset of that, and I'm saying the 06 and the 03 sales, and there are, as you can see, there are 7 sales here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 sales here, and those average $201,571. Now, interestingly enough, the first 3 sales, number 203, 2303, and 303, those all have enclosed balconies. So if you took those 3 sales out, because now that's not really a direct comparison, that would reduce the total average prices there to $781,000, which means the average price would now go to $195,250. So not $201,571, but actually $195,250 if you take away the first 3 sales, 203, 2303, and 303. Now, for the next analysis, again, all my analysis are all subsets of all sales that I've gotten privileged to being on the website, all those 36 sales. So now we have the sales that are close to April 1. And I'm saying just within a few months, with 3 to 6 months. If we do those, you can see there that those sales on the next page there, the average of those sales is $186,300. interesting there, if you go back to that page on here, page 5, which is sales number 11 and sales number 16, which is unit number 1902 and unit number 203 for sales price of 235,000 and 210,000. Coincidentally, the two largest there, those are also enclosed balconies. And so those are enclosed balconies and the higher sales on there, as is the first one, 1501, 1503, and 303. Those are also enclosed balconies. If we go to the next page, which is page number 6, I listed 19 of the sales, of the 36 sales, which I consider are low sales prices. And you can see on there that the average sales, here we go, which is 53% of all the sales in the building during that time period there. The average sales price now is $167,653. Phenomenally less than what the assessment value is. And a very, very significant there is the one number called number 27 there, which is unit number 301, selling for the lowest price there, which was again in that time period when everybody knows in July of 2020, when they know about the building envelope project and that, $148,000. And that suite has a enclosed balcony. In fact, again, there, if you want to look, it's sales number 3, which is 1501, sales number 5, 1505, 1605, 2204, 2405, 303, and 503 all had enclosed balconies. So as you can see on here, I'm saying if you take the similar units with the low sales prices, that's 150. So all of those are 167,000. But if you take that off, then we're now talking $153,417. Significantly less than what the assessment value is.
With all due respect, can we proceed to your conclusion? You quoted the number 153,417.
Okay, I am there. I'm almost there. There's only 2 pages. I'm only going to show you the next page. The next page, page number 7, which lists all of the assessments. And what I just wanted to point out to you is if you look at unit number 406, number 906, which is myself, number 1106, and number 2306. Those are the only.
I think I was quite clear in saying we don't compare assessments. We're not even going to look at this chart.
All right. My conclusion then is I believe that I have clearly demonstrated the numerous reasons based on the outdated poor condition of my unit, the huge special assessment requirement for the building envelope and windows replacement project, and the very complete and thorough analysis of all the sales I've done in the building, all sales of similar 03 and 06 units as a subset, all sales near April 1, 2021, all low price sales between there, and all low price sales of similar units of the 06 and 03s. And which again, the obvious error that I believe of my assessment going up 16 when it should have gone down 16. So my unit assessment, I believe, again, you take the average of all those sales. Again, I'm not cherry picking. I gave all 36 sales. The assessor only gave you 7. I gave you all 36. Is $153,417. And I believe that one should be reduced because of the bathroom mold that I've shown you on there, the peeling wallpaper, which I've sold you, the 27-year-old condition, the 52-year-old appliances. And I'm saying I'm taking a reduction off the 153,417 of 5%, which is, I believe, the reduction in pricing, which is also the square footage of my bathroom, which would bring me down to $145,746. And which I'm saying, please reduce my assessment by $64,254 or 30.6% to $145,746. But in actual fact, as I said before, I know I didn't put it in writing, I think it'd be very reasonable to say a 10% reduction. I'm being very, very generous with the mold, and that would bring me down to $138,000 or $72,000.
And you're repeating yourself. We've already heard that.
That's my conclusion. I would like to thank the board and the panel and the secretary of the board and all the support staff for hearing my appeal, and particularly for being able to hear at home because of the pandemic and all of that. Thank you so much.
Alina, any questions?
Yes, just one question. So, do you have a special assessment done? Special assessment for the curtain you're talking about, for the envelope?
For the project you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. That they tried to do this in 1998, and I stopped it, and we did it by doing a last dramatic coating. They tried to do it again this time, and they put in all the sales, and again it was voted down, and again it was voted down this time. And so what they've done now is they've done the all four corners of the building. They started in 2020, and they're taking off the elastomeric coating, and they're putting on a new coating again, all of that. And
I think the question is simple. It's a yes or no answer.
They are because the vote failed on that, so they're spending millions of dollars on there now to do the elastomeric coatings, and they are keeping the money. They are increasing their condo fees for the last 3 years, 12% every year to build up the money, so that they're trying to build up the money so that they'll reduce the price of the special assessment. It's going to be done. They've been trying to do this since 1995. And that's what they've done. So they got voted down twice. And what they've done because of that is they're increasing they're increasing our regular condo fees 12% every year to make up for
that. Lena, I don't think you're going to get a yes or no answer.
I spoke to the management team, and we are working with them. So far, we understand that it was no special assessment done. And they have a very healthy reserve. And we're talking about 3 million healthy reserve.
They have not done the special assessment because it got voted down, but our condo fees have gone up and are projected to go up for the next several years, 12% a year, to build up the building.
Okay, we've heard that.
So that they can replace it without having a special assessment, because they know it's going to get voted down, or was.
We've heard that. So, Alina, any other questions?
That would be my last question. So you took all the sales, just the sales, the prices, and you took the average without considering the square footage of the units you were basing them on. Is that correct?
No, because I was completely honest. I listed all of your sales, and then I took the square footage. I took you the 06 and the 03 units, which are exactly the same units. So if you look at my information for, again, getting clear, if you go to page 5, there's
We've
the
heard all this.
Well, no, what she's asking,
Okay.
did I take the square footage? And I'm saying, yes, I did. So I'm trying to explain it to her so that she understands that I
No,
did.
I do. That was just a question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is that any other questions, Alina?
No, thank you so much.
Michelle? No. Kent?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
And I have no questions. Thank you. Both parties will receive our decision in due course.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll reconvene the hearing for today. And the next property on the docket is Unit 708, 2000 Sinclair. Mr. Eni, you're present. Can you hear me from here?
I'm Ovadia Eni at 708 2000 Sinclair.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. Can you hear me?
Can I come closer? With my hearing aid, I cannot hear.
Yeah. The second seat?
Yeah, you can come on this one. Or come on this one.
I'm very sorry.
No, that's okay.
Have to stay there.
We'll have you sworn in. The secretary is going to have to swear you in.
Swearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Step again, please stand up. Can please stand up. State your full name, please.
State your full name.
Ovadia Eni.
Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You can please sit.
So Alina, you can proceed with your presentation.
Thank you. The file number 22-346. This is the roll number
Can you hear her?
Yes.
No, Alina, he can't hear you.
Oh, can we hear now?
Can you hear her now? Yeah?
Okay, I'm going to be talking loud. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, thank you. So the roll number is 1105119750, and this is the street address 2000 Sinclair Street. The unit number is 708. It's located in the neighborhood of Templeton Sinclair. This is an apartment style building, and the year built is 1985. Due to some renovation, the effective year built of the subject is 1995. The base floor, the unit is located on the top floor, which is a number 7 of the 7-story building. The living space is 1,282 square feet. This is a 2-bedroom, and it has 1 full bath, 1 half bath with 1 standing shower. It has the central AC, in-suite laundry, and it has the open balcony, and it has 1 indoor parking space. The assessed value for this subject is $225,000, or it comes down to $175.51 per square foot. I'm presenting you 4 comparables, which are all located in the same condo complex of 195. It's 2000 Sinclair Street. They all obviously located in the same neighborhood area. It's Templeton Sinclair. The year built is 1985. However, due to some renovations in some units, we have an effective year built from 1985 French to 2000. We have only 1 comp, which is exactly located on the same top level as our subject. This is comp number 2. We have living areas range from 1,254 per square feet to 1,282 square feet. They all 2 bedrooms. They all have 1 full bath, 1 half bath with standing shower. They all have the in-suite laundry. Only 1 comp number 2 has the glazed balcony. All other have open balconies. And they all have central air conditioning. The 1 indoor parking. The comp number 4 has a low traffic view. That is only 1 adjustment needs to be made. And sale prices range from $218,000 to $230,500, or sale price per square foot is $170.05 to $185.26. Reviewing all these units, understanding that the subject has some renovation based on the provided evidence of the pictures, such as some flooring, the kitchen. We're thinking that the assessment for 2023 is very well supported at $225,000 or $175.51 per square foot. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Eni, do you have any questions of the assessor?
I'll be honest to say, probably it's good recommendation what she said to you, because I didn't hear very much. But all I can say might.
So you want to make your presentation first?
Presentation?
Do you have any questions of the assessor? No?
No.
Yeah.
My question is comp 1 your best comparable to this property?
My best comp will be probably comp 2. However, take into consideration an adjustment for the glazed property. For the glazed balcony, and understanding that this is the original, I would say it's still number 2, just because we know that the top floor sometimes is more superior versus the lower floors. And knowing that this complex has the elevators. Did you hear me? Sorry.
Sorry, can you just repeat that just one more time for me? Apologize.
Okay, sorry. That I'm putting more weight on the comp 2. This is going to be my best comp to support the assessed value for the subject.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And I have no questions. Mr. Eni, we have what you submitted today. We've got copies of it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask the assessor, do you have any objections to us looking at the evidence he submitted?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay, thanks. So you may go ahead and present your documents.
Okay, first of all, I have here a statement that I live on a 7th floor, and 2 weeks ago was outright from electric. I had to go to my suite from the stair because we are very old and most of the people are older there. They don't like 7th floor. For my experience that I had, I got stuck at the 5th floor for half an hour until I was lucky. Someone came out with the flashlight with the cell phone, and he guided me to go to the 7th floor. So 7th floor for older people, like most of us are older people there, it's not a better buy. Now another thing, in a condominium, what the most important is view, and my suite is here in the corner.
So that's on, just for everybody's, that's on brief number 2. So you're talking about the first picture on the brief?
The first one, 218.
Yeah.
You see, I am in the very corner here.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
And I have no view, like everything is against my face. And here I have here 501 was sold 207,000, and 504 218, 502 210. I had to rush for our doctor appointment. I didn't bring the statement from the bank. I applied for a mortgage. They approved me as a value of 210. And to my opinion, my condominium, because it's a 7th floor, and while I know that 501 was sold 207, to my opinion, my unit worth about between 180 to 200,000.
Is that your presentation? Is that your presentation?
Yeah.
Okay. Alina, do you have any questions?
I don't.
Michelle?
No.
Ken?
No, I don't, Mr. Chair.
And I don't have any questions. So that concludes this. We'll take all of the information we've got and render a decision, which you should see shortly in the mail.
Yeah.
And you're free to go.
Okay.
But we have all these documents.
I forgot what I was going to say. Even I offered anyone 30,000 to exchange because I'm already 83 years old and so my wife. And it's very hard for us in an emergency. We are, first of all, if there is no electricity, you cannot use the elevator. So as experience that I had with the outrage of electricity that I got stuck at the 5th floor for half an hour in the dark. I didn't know where am I. So my unit, I think that's what as I said, what it's for.
Okay, and we'll take all of the information we've received into the final decision. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have a good day too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, 25, she's on Zoom. Unmute.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Lizzie.
Hello, Harry. How are you?
I'm good. Please state your full name.
My name is Li Zhao.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
And also, I'd like to have my husband, who's also the co-owner of the unit, to swear in as well, and he will be also presenting if possible.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Good afternoon,
The applicant, please state your full name.
Jeffrey Hill.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next property on the docket is 25 Van Hull Way, Unit 407. And Alina, you can proceed with your presentation.
Thank you. The file number is 22-292, and the roll number for the subject is 08081220945. The condo number is 933, and this address for the subject is 25 Van Hull Way. The unit number is 407.
Sorry, can you speak louder, please?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Is it better? Is it better?
Yes, thank you.
The neighborhood, the area of the subject is Norman Park. So this is the building style apartment unit, and the year built was in 2015. The effective year built is still the same, 2015. The floor is unit located on is the top floor of the 4th level building. This is the 606 square feet unit, has only one bedroom, has only one full bathroom, has central air conditioning, the in-suite laundry, and it has the open balcony, and it has one outdoor parking space. The assessed value for 2023 is $187,000, or total assessed value per square foot is $308.58. I'm presenting you 4 comparables, which 2 of them are located in the same complex, 933 of 25 Van Hull Way, and the other two comps is located, number 3 and 4 are located in 205 St. Anne's Road. Taking the square footage, it's a small unit, to considerations, I had to go out and not use the comparables just from the complex, because from the complex of the subject, we only have sales from the larger units, and I came across on only 2 small units. So in this stating that, my year built for the all units presented today, it's range from 210 of the year to 2015. The effective year is still the same, from 210 to 215. They all the living area ranges from 606 square feet to 676 square feet. The bedrooms, they all one bedroom. They all have central air conditioning, and they all have one full bath. They all have one open balcony. And I would like to bring to the attention, so technically take a piece of the paper and the pen, and comp number 2, it has an extra indoor parking space. So I would like right away to change this. It still has the same one outdoor parking, but additionally it has an extra one indoor parking. The same, I would like to point it out to the comp 4. The comparable 4 has the one indoor parking. So please struck the 0 and place 1 in one indoor parking. Thank you. The all comparables have different views to the subject. Only comparable 1 has similar view as our subject. The comparable 2, 3, and 4, they have some views which from the low traffic to the medium traffic. This is more negative point. The sale price ranges from $185,000 to $217,000 per square foot. Sale price ranges from $277.61 to $321.01. And this concludes my presentation at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Zoe, any questions?
Yes, thank you. First of all, I'd like to understand how the city came up to the $308.58 per square footage number for unit 407.
For 407, you divide it by 187 by the square foot 606.
And how did you come up with the 187, given that there are
the assessed values, we are basing on the market values of the properties sold during the reference period.
Okay, and that took into account of the one extra outdoor parking of unit comparable 2?
That is indoor parking, yes.
Okay. And amongst all the 4 comparables, are they all owner occupied or rental?
They are also so far my understanding, they were all owner occupied.
Okay, thank you. No more further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Michelle? Ken?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
And I have no questions. So Mrs. O, you may proceed with your presentation.
Okay, my husband Jeffrey is going to present.
Okay, no, I don't need. Yeah, so thank you. Upon receiving the property assessment, we noticed it looked quite high of the value. And we had hired a real estate agent who was very knowledgeable about the entire building. He was one of the primary salespeople for the building and for the developer. So he's very familiar with the building. And he did a comparative market analysis on that unit last year. And the value he came to based on adjustments was 170 to 172. And we've attached that in the evidence. I think I will refer to pages 11 and 12. And just please note that this property has always been a rental unit. No improvements have been made since occupancy in 2015, and it has always been rented, so to about 3 or 4 sets of different tenants. So we looked at the sales book data from City of Winnipeg, and then we used the comparables 206 Van Hall, 301 Van Hall, and 305 Van Hall. And actually, before going there, sorry, I'd just like to discuss the realtor's adjustments. So the realtor, I'm looking at page 11 and 12 in the evidence. And so for the bedrooms, our unit has subject property has 1 bedroom and 205 has 2 bedrooms. So there was adjustment in his comparative market analysis of 2,500, and that stood for all the units. There was an additional bathroom in each of the units, so there was an adjustment of $5,000. Square footage was a difference based on the square footage and then calculated out. And then the parking, because it was an indoor parking spot compared to outdoor surface parking, the realtor made an adjustment of $17,000 for each of the comparables. So I'll be using a similar analysis based on the data I have from City of Winnipeg to come up with a, I guess, adjusted value for 407.
Which page are you on?
Pardon?
Which page are you on?
Oh, I was on a page 11 and 12 to show the adjustments by the realtor.
And the methodology.
So looking at bedrooms of minus 2,500 in the middle, bathrooms minus 5,000, square footage, and then parking of minus 17,000.
Well, I'm on page.
It's on page 3, Mr. Chair.
Page.
There's a chart.
Okay.
Page 3.
Page 3.
Oh, sorry.
Page 11 of the evidence, I think.
Yes, I guess my husband's referring to the total package. We were sent a whole package called Applicant brief, and it's a total of 40 pages. And we're talking about page 11, 12 in that total package.
Okay. So 11 and 12.
Yes. It starts with a full summary of compared listings. That's what he's referring to.
I think the problem we're going to have with this evidence is that all of these sales, I'm on page are post-reference.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah, I understand that, but I'll use a methodology, so the same exact process to get to the adjusted numbers for the comparables within the building.
But we can't really look at these sales.
No, we're not looking at these sales. We'll be looking at different sales.
The sales data which he's going to lead to is from the sales package. Sales book, sorry, from City of Winnipeg. And what Jeffrey is referring to is a methodology he borrowed from the realtor to apply to the sales data from City of Winnipeg. Is that correct?
Yep.
So probably you can proceed. So
yeah, I'll proceed. So looking, what page is this? This is
so now, if I may,
so looking at page.
On page 3 of the total package, that is the.
Okay, yeah, I'll go to page 3 of the package.
So that's the one, just to confirm, that's the one that lists 206, unit 206, 301, 305, and 407.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you. Sorry for the confusion. So I'll use the exact same methodology or process as the realtor did in the one we just referenced. And then so on 206, 25 Van Hall Way, the time adjusted sale price was 217. Square footage was 676 for an adjustment of 14,893. They have 1 bedroom, so there's no adjustment. And they have 1 bathroom, so no adjustment. They had a single outdoor surface parking unit and a single indoor heated parking unit. So the adjustment is $27,000. So they had 2 parking units there. The total adjustments would be $41,893 to come to an adjusted price of $175,107. The second comparable is 301. This time adjusted sale price was $300,000. Square footage was 1,179. Adjustment for square footage was $121,910. They have 2 bedrooms, so there's an adjustment of $2,500, and they have 2 bathrooms, so an adjustment of $5,000. And they had a single indoor heated parking spot, so an adjustment of $17,000. Total adjustments were $146,410 for adjusted price of $153,590. And comparable number 3 within the same building, 305. Sale price, time adjusted sale price was $262, square footage of 974. So the adjustments for square footage were 78,295. Bedrooms, they had 2, so adjustments of $2,500, and 2 baths, so adjustment of $5,000. They had a single indoor heated parking spot, so an adjustment of $17,000 for total adjustments of $102,795 for an adjusted value of $159,205. And then, so taking the average of those 3 comparable properties within the same building, using the same methodology, we came to an adjusted price of $162,634. Yeah, I'll do that at the end. And then also just want to note that the rental property, this has been rental property, so it likely would be in worse shape than owner occupied units and therefore lower value.
Less desirable. Same.
That's all right.
In summary?
No, summarize it.
Okay.
So does that conclude your presentation?
Does it conclude?
Uh,
Summary we do at the end, right? Or do I summarize now or at the end?
You can. It doesn't always occur because some appellants choose not to do a summary. They've presented their evidence. That's
Sure, I'll summarize then. So 40725 Van Hall Way is a 1-bedroom condo built in 2015, never been owner occupied, and has always been a rental unit without any improvements done to the unit. One of the comparable, no, that was adjusted, right? So based on the sales data provided by the city within the same building and using the same methodology as a real estate agent who was very familiar with the building, so it's knowing the values, the adjusted value of the property came to $162,634. And that concludes my presentation.
Alina, any questions?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Michelle? Kent?
No, I don't, Mr. Chair.
I have a question on page 3.
Yes.
The table, you've got 162,634 as the value that you're looking for, and the sentence after that says 162,234.
Oh, sorry, that must have been a typo.
Sorry.
So it would have been 162,634.
634. That's me. I must have it's transcription error. Apologize for that.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah.
So clarifying it's 162,634.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's the only question I had, and that concludes this property. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon.
Thank
I'll
you.
receive our order in due course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Our next applicant for file number 524 is not present, Mr. Chair.
Not present.
Okay. We'll just leave.
There is no one registered for the next property, which is 200 Tuxedo Avenue, Unit 18D. This property will be moved to the end of the docket. And we probably should deal with the next one as well.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Yeah. The file number 310 for 85 Swindon Way. They have submitted their evidence, but they said that they won't be able to come in person to the hearing and not even on the Zoom.
We have their evidence here.
Yeah, I just received an email containing their evidence in the morning.
Oh, just this morning?
Yeah. Want me to share it?
But I think we'll recess and then get back to wrapping all this up.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. There is no one registered for the next property on the docket, which is Unit 40585 Swindon Way. And we will move it to the end of the docket. And the board will now recess to deliberate. And I will close off the hearing.
Madam Assessor,
Oh,
she just joined.
I was just letting.
So I'm just going to, we've heard all the items scheduled and this hearing is now adjourned.
Okay. So we have only 2 left.
Pardon me?
We only have 2 left, which no,
There are no shows.
that's right.
Oh, you have to read it into the record.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, this is new to me.
Okay. So we'll start with the file number 22-524, which is located at 200 Tuxedo, Unit 18D. The roll number is for the unit 100033066000. This is the corner unit, and this is an apartment style unit. The year built is 1974, and the effective year built is 1994 due to some renovations. This is a top floor unit, and it's the large unit. It's 2,436 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths. It has 1 half bath with the standing shower, central air conditioning, 1 gas fireplace, in-suite laundry. It has the balcony and as well as solarium. It has the 1 indoor parking. And the assessed value for the 2023 is $608,000, which comes down to $230 per square foot and 65 cents. Would you like me to go quickly over just the comps? Which one is the most?
No, I think that's fine. We've got the picture on the subject property. Michelle, any questions? Kent?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
And I have no questions. The next property on the docket is?
It's a file number 22-310, and the roll number for the subject is 10006067300. The condo number is 196, and the address for the subject is 85 Sweden Way, and the unit number 405. This is in the neighborhood of South Tuxedo. It's an apartment style unit, and the year built is 1986 with some renovations done. The year built is 1996. It's located on a 4th floor of the 6-story building. It has a living space of 1,132 square feet. It has 2 bedrooms. It has 2 full baths, and they both have standing showers. It has central air conditioning, in-suite laundry, balcony, and it has 1 indoor parking space. It has a view of the parking lot. That is one negative feature. And I would like to point it out that this subject was sold during the reference period for exactly $245,000. The homeowner was contacted us during the rep, and the value was reviewed. And from $273,000, we brought it down to the sale price. And based on the assessed value, based on the comps, our assessed value is very well supported at $245,000, or the assessed value per square foot, $216.43.
Thank you. Michelle, any questions?
No questions.
Ken?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
And I have no questions. We have heard all of the items scheduled today, and this hearing is now adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.